Welcome to Real Estate Grad School. We coach experienced real estate agents to create and build the habits and systems that rapidly increase your income, build your team, and allow you a much greater peace of mind. I'm Levin. I've been coaching experienced real estate agents for over 20 years to exceptional success. Come and learn. If you would like to be a very strong negotiator, then you want to follow these rules. And today I'm going to relate a story to you that really teaches this third rule solidly. Story of an agent who has had trouble following this rule, and after what happened to her, she is going to follow it going forward. So this rule is called, or reads, stay focused on the goal being selling the house. Stay focused on the goal. Keep the buyer focused on buying the house, the seller focused on selling the house, the other agents focused on making a completed transaction. Keep everybody focused on the goal and keep everyone objective and focused on the goal. Objective, like not being distracted by anything, including yourself. Don't let yourself be distracted. That's the rule. So this agent called me at about 11:20 p.m. last night. Typically stop answering the phones at 10 p.m. I live in Israel, so I'm 7 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So I tell everyone, if you're in Eastern Standard Time, call me from the time you wake up, because when you wake up is about, noon to 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock my time. And stop calling me at 3 o'clock because I won't answer the phones after. But when I know I'm expecting a call, like this agent had called me earlier in the evening, I didn't have a chance to get back to her. So I told her, just call me whenever you like. I should be up until like 5 o'clock, which is midnight. And so I was expecting her call, but she called me at 11:20. She said, we don't have to talk about this now, but I knew she'd been really trying hard to reach me, so I responded to her. So one of the things I do for my one-on-one coaching clients is I'm available to you. Anyway, I'm calling her Sally. Might be a guy, might be a woman. I'm changing the facts of this in order to keep there some confidentiality. Sally related a situation where the buyer was told about an off-market property. And the buyer called Sally and said, there's this off-market property. Can you go talk to the owners for me? Now, Sally didn't know how this buyer knew about the off-market property. She didn't ask at first. And she went to call the owners. Sally called the owner, who told Sally that she needed to work through the owner's agent, that the owner actually had an agent. It wasn't listed, but the owner wanted to sell it without going on the market, and she had an agent. And the agent was actually an agent in Sally's office. So Sally knew the agent. Wasn't good friends, but knew the agent. So Sally called the agent. And the owner's agent was really glad to cooperate. So far, man, it's beautiful. In that initial conversation, Sally consciously chose not to discuss commissions, just to get Sally's buyer into the house. Now, that sent a red flag when she told me that. I did not like hearing that. It's a mistake. When you're going to show an off-market property, whether you're talking with the owner or an owner's agent, you need to get commissions agreed upon before you show the house. I didn't say anything. That's what she told me. She chose not to discuss commissions just in order to get her buyers in the house. She'd deal with it from there. And the buyers liked the house. They wanted it. So Sally called the agent, the owner's agent, who was in her office, to discuss the price and commission. And the agent said that the price was $469,000, and the buyers would have to pay the commission. The sellers were not going to pay any agent commission. So the buyers would have to pay the commission. So Sally wrote the offer for $479,000 to include a $10,000 commission for herself. So far, so good. Now, Sally actually did the most noble thing, and I fully approve. She explained to the buyers that the owner's asking price and the addition to the commission was all in the offer. So she explained to the buyers the owners wanted $469, but they weren't paying commission. So she was adding the commission on. She was adding the commission on the price, and so she would get paid that way. And the buyers agreed. They liked the agent a lot, etc. The buyers agreed. True story. After sending the offer to the owner's agent, the owner's agent told Sally that her offer was, that shouldn't say accepted that way, that should be ACC, accepted. Was her owner was accepted. I dislike that so much, I'm going to change it. It should be her owner was accepted. However, the owners were not going to pay any commission to Sally. So Sally now had a $479,000 offer paid. Thank you very much. No commission. Go get it from the buyers. There's more to the story. The buyers were concerned about overpaying for the property. But there was a house sold, a similar house on the street, poor condition, sold for $410,000. And that the new owners put over $50,000 into it. So it didn't really look like it was highly overpriced. It was not the low end of the market, that's for sure. Okay. She also found out, the agent, Sally, also found out that the buyers were friends with the sellers. That's how the buyers knew about the house. The sellers told them, said they were working through an agent, and they suggested that Sally might, if she wanted to work through an agent, she could, but that Sally told the buyers told Sally that the sellers were her friends. Now, what I want to coach you about is not how this deal went down. Sally did a good job, except for that one mistake of not discussing commissions, big mistake, ahead of time. But what I want to coach you about is how this late night call went with the agent. This is more important than the story. If you ever want to talk about the story, you can get on a live call with us Monday or Wednesday afternoons, and Monday or Wednesday, or rather at 8:30 in the morning. You have to be a coaching client to get on the live call, and we can talk about the details. But what I want to coach you about is how this call went. The agent started out by telling me how frustrated she was with the owner's agent. She started telling me the story, and before she really got into the facts, she started telling me how frustrated she was by the owner's agent. She also told me she was very concerned that the buyers were overpaying for the house. And she just went on and on about how she couldn't believe the owner's agent, who was in her office. She didn't know her well, but she knew her. She was in her office, let her write the offer for $10,000 over the asking price, knowing that they wouldn't pay any commission. So literally, after spending 10 or 15 minutes of Sally relating this to me, after about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm sorry, I stopped her. And I said, Sally, stop, please. Give me a chance to speak here. None of what you've told me has any relevance to making this deal. It's all irrelevant noise. And I was a little, I've coached Sally for a few years. So I know that I can be very direct with her, and that she likes that. She knows she needs that at times to really get a message through. I said, Sally, stop the noise. So she started telling me about how she felt and how her buyers were so nice, and she never expected the owner to behave this way. And I said, Sally, stop the noise, with a little more intensity in my voice. Stop the noise. Now let's interrupt the story to look at the third rule of negotiating again. The third rule of negotiating is stay focused on the goal and keep everyone objective and focused on the goal. Keep everyone focused on the goal. Keep everyone objective, including yourself. So after saying, stop the noise, please, I softly and gently said, Sally, stop the noise. You have a buyer who wants the house. You have a seller who has an accepted offer. An owner agent who's helping you put it together. Lower your offer to $469,000. You know the owner will accept that, okay? And have the buyers pay your commission. If you have any trouble with it, call, we'll figure it out, but you can figure it out. Put it together, earn your commission, and enjoy it. The rest is just noise. Third rule of negotiating, stay focused on the goal. Don't let other people's emotions, other people's situations other people's anything get in your way. Don't talk about the other parties to the transaction unless it really helps you. Just if you want to vent later. Vent outside, vent to your spouse, vent to me, but you can't let those emotions get involved. Stay focused on the goal, keep everyone objective and focused on the goal, including yourself. That's part of being a professional. But it's worse than I told you. There's another factor here that after I said, I should say said, not said, I was sad too. After I said to make the sale and move on, Sally told me this. She said, Rich, at some point here, I was so frustrated, I told the buyers they could just go directly to the seller and get the house. I'd get out of the way. Don't worry about me and my commission. So I explained to her again, gently. I said, Sally, the problem with the noise, with all that emotional reaction, is that it distracts you. The noise gets you emotionally involved. And when you're doing business or sports or surgery or any skilled activity, and you let your emotions get involved, you make mistakes. I was a professional athlete. I was a professional tennis player. I beat other people and other people beat me when one of us kept our heads more. I would beat better players and inferior players would beat me when something would happen and we'd get emotionally involved and we got unfocused. The most successful people in all professional endeavors remain focused and objective until the work is over. Then you can celebrate and vent. I said this to her. Although, why would you waste your time and energy then either? You know, if every time, unfortunately, a surgeon lost a patient or, a professional made a mistake, they wouldn't survive if they suffered all the emotional reaction of that. To become a professional, you don't have to harden yourself, but within the transaction, stay focused on the goal. Now, I've coached Sally for a few years, and she said to me, Rich, you've told me this before, more than once. You've told me that I needed to control this because it makes the business harder for me. I never saw it before. I thought it's just who I am. I never saw that it cost me before. I got it now, thanks. And at about 12:15 or 12:20 a.m., I hung up the phone with her and hoped that she was able to remember, put to practice that third rule of negotiating: stay focused on the goal, keep everyone objective, including yourself. Just click on the link below. I'd look forward to speaking with you.